I felt a major sense of deja vu recently, seeing all the stuff online like Nintendo's got nothing for 2023. Switch is gonna be barren after May and Zelda comes out. We only know of 5 games that Nintendo's bringing to Switch. Whatever are we going to do? When is new hardware coming out? Those kinds of sentiments fill the Nintendo discourse every time the calendar changes years, when we go from 2017 to 2018 to 2021 to 2022, or in this case, from 2022 to 2023. There's mass panic about what Nintendo has on tap as people fret that only a few games are known. In the case of this year, we have 4 games known with release dates dotting the first 5 months of the year. Fire Emblem Engage hits on January 20th, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe launches on February 24th, Bayonetta Origins comes out on March 17th, and the big one, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, is set for May 12th. Outside of that, Pikmin 4 is a nebulous 2023. That's it confirmed for this year. Beyond that, we just have hopes for Metroid Prime 4 and Advance Wars on Nintendo's ledger. But here's the thing. This kind of knowledge has been the norm for basically every year of the Switch. Technically, at the start of 2017, we didn't know of any Switch games beyond Breath of the Wild, though by the time we hit Nintendo's full-throated reveal in mid-January, we had a good handle of what 2017 was set to be. But beyond the debut year of the console, we start off every year knowing the specifics of the first couple months ahead, and there's a lot of surprises looming over the course of Nintendo Directs throughout the year. So let's break it down. Let's go back to 2018, where we entered the year knowing only about the near future. Dragon Quest Builders, which was a Square Enix game published by Nintendo in the West, Bayonetta 1 and 2, which was part of the reveal of Bayonetta 3 a couple months prior in December of 2017, and Kirby Star Allies, which was revealed at a prior E3 and was finally coming out that March. All of those games came out before the end of the first quarter, and we also knew about Octopath Traveler. That was it. Labo, launching in April of that year, was unknown to begin the year. The spring releases of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and Mario Tennis Aces were all revealed in a Direct Mini later in January of 2018. And I guess technically we knew Sushi Striker was a game, but it wasn't until later in 2018 that it was revealed to get a Switch version, in addition to the 3DS version announced in 2017. As of that moment, to start the year, we also didn't know of the holiday releases of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Pokemon Let's Go. 2019 was a similar story, with only a smattering of games known to kick off the year. New Super Mario Bros. U, Yoshi's Crafted World, those were both known. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 and Fire Emblem Three Houses, they both wouldn't hit until summer, but we knew about those going into the year. Luigi's Mansion 3, which came out in October of 2019, was revealed in a Nintendo Direct the previous fall. It was a very Pikmin 4-esque announcement. But beyond that, folks, we didn't know about Super Mario Maker 2 to start off the year. That came out in June. And just as an aside, as part of my numbers for this, I tossed in a half point for Pokemon Sword and Shield, because technically we knew that a mainline Pokemon game was coming out on Switch in the second half of 2019. That was announced in 2018. But Pokemon Sword and Shield themselves didn't get officially announced with names and details and everything until the beginning of the year. 2020 was a high watermark for mystery or a low watermark for knowledge. I'm not quite sure. In terms of Nintendo's year-long lineup. And this was before the COVID-19 pandemic dramatically altered the course of the year. To start 2020, here's what we knew. Tokyo Mirage Sessions and Animal Crossing New Horizons would be out in the first few months. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition would be out sometime later. That's it. Would you even know about the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon remake? And that came out in March. That got announced like in January 2020. It's weird. Paper Mario the Origami King, Super Mario 3D All-Stars, Mario Kart Live, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and even Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, all were mysteries to start off that year, though all of them eventually did release that year, and technically Super Mario 3D All-Stars unreleased in 2021. Like 2020, the year before, 2021 also had minimal knowledge going into the year, though in this case it was probably because of the pandemic that we had less specific details about the year ahead. The trio of games known as 2021 started were Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Bravely Default 2, and new Pokemon Snap. We didn't know the Famicom Detective Club remakes were coming west yet, though we did know they were coming in Japan. We did not know of Skyward Sword HD, or WarioWare Get It Together, or Metroid Dread, or Mario Party Superstars. We still had plenty of time not knowing what Nintendo's holiday lineup would be. 2022 should hopefully be more fresh in your mind, but even to me I was surprised that, for example, we kicked off the year not knowing that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 would come out in July, or that it even existed. We didn't know Nintendo Switch Sports, an April release, was a thing. Live Alive was still just a little-known Super Famicom game 12 months ago. We knew about Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and we also knew about Splatoon 3 and Bayonetta 3 because Bayonetta 3 was announced before any of the things that I'm talking about, pretty much, and Splatoon 3 is a major release that was teased over a couple of years. That takes us to 2023, where we don't know a ton about what will happen as the years wear on for Nintendo. Maybe Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp finally comes out? Maybe F-Zero makes some return? Is it time for Captain Falcon Yakuza? I hope so. Perhaps Metroid Prime shows signs of life. We could see Metroid Prime 4, we could see Metroid Prime 1 or Trilogy or whatever. What's that Mario fella up to? I'd play a Mario Odyssey follow-up for sure. All of this to say that it's January 2023 right now. We have a long year ahead of us that is set to kick off with Fire Emblem, Kirby, Bayonetta, and Zelda. Beyond that, we'll probably have more clarity within the next few weeks. Maybe even by the time you watch this, we'll know of a few more games coming out throughout the year. And then we'll have more clarity by the middle of the year. Maybe around June, around that E3 time. And then finally, more clarity with some more surprises to close of the year. We usually have some sort of direct around September. That'll probably have some surprises or some clarification or some delays, who knows? Nintendo keeps things close to the chest. Just hang out and enjoy the ride. Keep calm and game on. Stop worrying about tentpole releases after Zelda, and just let whatever floats your boat wash over you. And if you're not into Fire Emblem or Zelda or Kirby, I don't know, man, check out an indie game or play an old game. Enjoy yourself. Just stop stressing out about the fact that Nintendo doesn't tell you the entire year on January 1st. We'll find out. It's cool. Thanks for watching.
This video was made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Did you know that Nintendo World Report is funded directly by fans like you? When you support Nintendo World Report on Patreon, you get immediate access to multiple exclusive podcasts every month, exclusive Discord channels, an early look at select content, and more, all for as little as $1 a month. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.